Now we're going to try another technique using stencils. So I've grabbed a couple stencils here that we are going to use. They're made of plastic, and I'll just set them aside right now. We're going to start out the same way and wet the paper, which I'm going to use a spray bottle this time. Now you might come to a point where you find that your colors are getting muddy or something like that, and it might be due to the quality of the watercolors you're using. In that case, I definitely would get some higher pigment watercolors with a higher chroma. I'm going to grab some colors. These, I think I'm going to go more toward blues and greens. I still am going to start with a yellow or a yellow ochre. I love these colors. I'm just going to kind of make them a couple marks. Totally random. I know, it's crazy. All right, there we go. Now what else? Let's get like a green going. This is a limey green. We're going to stay with analogous colors. So colors on the same side of the color wheel. Grab some darker green next. Let's see which one we want. This is kind of a Kelly green. Kind of a brighter green, which is what I want right now. Yeah, see that? I'm just covering up the white, and I'm not massaging this in. I'm not overthinking it. Like that's about it. And now I'm going to start my process of wetting the rest of the paper. That didn't get anything, so I'm just going to kind of come in and smush that around so I don't get any hard lines. I'm not going to clean my brush. Just getting the places that are not wet because I want all this to bleed together. Okay, so now we can start the process of blotting, picking up some of this stuff. Seeing what happens. Kind of what I like about it is you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so the yellow ochre really soaked into the paper quite a bit. So we're going to adjust for that a little bit. I always tape down the middle because of the water getting in the seams, and I usually tape a little bit on the sides just so it doesn't bleed down the rest of my book. So book. What's a book? Anyway. Sometimes the things that come out of my mouth. All right, I'm going to grab some brighter yellow and maybe pop that in the middle of some of this. Kind of like what's happening here and here. It reminds me of a phthalo green situation, so I'm going to get some of that. Green, green, blue. Now this is really going to stain the paper. Any phthalo, ooh, baby, it's going to do the trick. So I'm going to just splash some on here and see how thin I've got it. I'm okay with that. Okay. And then what else? I think that might be it. I'm just going to wet some other areas again because I'm going to slap these stencils down and we're just going to see what happens. So I'm going to press it in, pressing it in. It's grabbing the water. Okay. I'm going to press this one on. There. And I really do want these to lay flat on there. I'm going to have to really think about how I can get that to happen. Oh. I could weight it down with something, but then I'm afraid See, all of that water is just going right there because it's not very flat. Phew. That one's kind of neato. This one didn't work well. I'll have to add some more on this guy. Kind of got a little lackluster. I'm losing my vibrancy. Go grab some of that yellow again. Really give it to it. There we go. Let's see what happens when I do this one over here. I'm thinking just because of the shape of the paper and it being wet, this is happening. Gosh. Well, I wonder what would happen if I'd close the book. What would happen? I'm going to do that. I'm going to close it and let it dry like that. And we're going to come back when it's dry. I'm going to weight this down with a lot of stuff. Okay. Sorry about the shaky camera. I'll see you back here when this is dry. All right. So I have waited a while and I'm just an impatient person. So we are going to take these books off of here and see what magic happened, if anything. I mean, this was an experiment now. Okay, so I can't wait to take this one off. Let's take a look and see what. Oh, you guys, it looks so pretty. I'd say resoundingly this worked. Now, it still has a little bit of drying. You see how we're a little wrinkled over here. But I'm going to leave this open and let it dry the rest of the way. But I think, like a half an hour or so has passed. Oh, yeah, look at all the moisture. So, yeah, that worked great. All right, so I have decided I like this one so much that I'm going to try to do it on a bigger sheet of paper. So here we go. Let's spray this one. Maybe this one I'm just going to rub down with some water, knowing that the other sheet is going to help us. Okay, time for the stencil. Set it in the middle, press it. I am going to spray this with water because we're adding one more sheet of paper. Okay. Make a sandwich. All right, it's time for the big reveal. This has been drying for some time now. Hopefully it is completely dry. I'm going to remove the books. Books are gone. Oh, I'm excited to see what this looks like. Okay, we're going to peel the layers. Remember, we have the stencil in here. All right, so here's the stencil. This is the one that we painted on first and laid the stencil on top of. This is the opposing side. That's a little lighter and has more lines in it. This is the one we sat on top. Totally beautiful, gorgeous. Love it so much. This is such a wonderful technique, and now I have such a more dynamic background that I can put other stuff on, or I can build upon this, but at least it gives me a new, fresh idea, and I'm not using these same stencils over and over again, getting the same result. This way you can vary your own colors. You can do it with watercolors. So versatile. I hope you use this method. I'm excited to do more and dig out all of my old stencils. I might start doing a series of these just to see what they look like. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time.